What's up guys? Welcome to the podcast. Nico Rocha here. Kasama natin si Jude Paulite. Coach, I've known for years, literally years. I think I've known him since 2015, mga 10 years. Good, I think it's a good 9, 10. I've known him for a decade.
Baka earlier pa eh. Mga
Oo, 'di ba?
13.
Dahil sa Tugon. Si Jude
Yeah, yeah.
na-meet ko sa Tugon it's an Ateneo org. And then our Pats are now here again, no. No other It's one of the very few people na I trust to invite to the podcast considering mapili ako sa mga tao na gusto ko i-invite. And we're gonna talk about what happened in the FEU versus UE game versus the UP NU. I don't know what word to describe it. Mamaya maisip natin yan. Pero let's first talk.
Surprise.
Oh, surprise. Let's first talk about the FEU versus UE game wherein some people were thinking na it's gonna be an easy win for UP entering, but I entering that game iniisip ko otherwise na FEU's on a streak while UE is on a losing streak. So medyo dehados in a way the
Counter.
narrative is going against them, no?
Yeah.
Parang they're on a losing streak. The other one speaking, if you
Mm-hmm.
would say if peaking is even the right term. Ikaw, Jude, eh, entering that game, as you were about to watch that game, anong initial thoughts mo, initial nararamdaman mo when you saw na FE was going up against UE?
Actually, same with you. Parang it could go two ways lang. Sabi mo nga parang the momentum of either team opposite, di ba? Papik to
Ah,
or kumbaga finally finding the rhythm, finishing games sa FU. Kasi yung first round, most of the first round, close naman eh. Para lang some bad finishes, di ba? Nakahabor or letting lead slip. Um, I think it started with Ateneo when they finished that game off really well. Sila Joric Bautista, di ba? And then you have you have UE who's had a really good run to start, and then ito nga past few games masama, and coming down to the last three games of the season, it's either the trend continues or both of them, or ito yung isip mo, okay, UE finally gets a game against FEU.
mm,
They're still fighting for Final Four. Di pa sila locked, unlike Lasal in UP, right? So this is
mm.
like if you're a coach, if you're a player, okay, it's a game. You can settle down, get an easy win, get a momentum back heading into the Final Four. Then for FU naman, parang ito yung test. Like, if we win this game, ano na ba record nila after the game? Is it 4-7?
Parang 4 and
Tama,
7
no?
sila eh. They're
Tied
in
na sila with,
they're battle for fifth. Well, not battle for fifth kasi may
yeah,
chance pa naman talaga sila sa 4
yeah,
pero they're right in the thick of things. It's
yeah.
Adamson, FEU, and then later de-debate natin kung NU ba kasama pa doon sa equation, no? But these wins today, this upset day, definitely made us fans more excited for the upcoming games kasi
Yep.
usually pag nanalo yung mga usual favorites day, in a way kasi nagiging clear ng Final Four picture
Mm-hmm.
eh. But the fact na UP losing also changes things just because they're one of the favorites. You lose by
Yeah.
20 to NU. So,
Yep. And like extra win NU, so everyone's like parang
oo,
fourth
nako-concern
ba?
yung
Oh,
5 to 8 parang teka lang. so,
oh,
saan tayo dito? Teka lang.
yeah. So yun. So ako honestly, kasi sobrang laking believer ako sa momentum, especially with teams. Like, if things are
Mm,
going bad, ang hirap talaga, especially college, hindi pa to pro na veterans, ang daming veterans, even the coaches, parang madali like, okay, next game, clear, this new game plan. Hirap eh. Especially, I think what people forget is UE is a fairly new team put together, di ba?
tama.
Like, hindi siya like a team that's been together for 3, 4, 5 years. Like, I mean, it's college. Mabilis sa turnover. Pero ang daming umalis sa kanila eh. And ang daming new additions. So, yeah. So, me thinking, like, FEU has more of a connection compared to UE because of the high school, ano, di ba?
Oo.
So, when a group like that starts to get momentum, parang mas sasakyan mo yun compared to this new group na medyo fragile by the way, even if they perform well nung earlier on in the season. So parang, yeah, it was interesting and parang it kind of played out that way in the game, no? Na parang shift of momentum siya eh.
Tama. Yeah. And Jude, going to the nitty-gritty, no. Number thing that stuck out with me sa UE is the low shooting. They were at only
Mm.
29%. And the fact na they are still living and dying by the three. Sila yung team na sobrang mantra yung live and die by the three. The
Yep.
fact na they were 3 for 22 when I saw the stat sheet, I knew na, okay, mukhang talo nga to for UE. Because I was looking at the stat sheet
Yeah.
while medyo may red light, no? Medyo mali ginagawa ko. Parang mamaneo. Tingnan ko yung stat sheet. Sabi ko, 3 for 22. Sure, talo dito UE. And then yun nga,
Yep.
talo nga pala sila. And would you say that complacency was a factor here for UE, or more of what do you think are the factors here why they lost? Do you think complacency is one of them?
Mm, can be complacency kasi, but not in the fact na medyo minaliit nila FEU or they didn't
Mm.
prepare well. I think it's complacency in the way na they're comfortable in the way they play.
Okay.
Na gumagana siya earlier in the season. It's natural naman. Like,
Good point. That
you have a play style, it works. Why, di ba, if it's not broke, why fix it? Pero yun nga, sabi mo nga, losing streak na sila. So going to the game, I think doon papasok, it's more on FU than UE.
mhm.
Like you said, UE is live and die by the three. Parang silang, I think, medyo malayong Lasal, pero they're the number 2 shooting team when it comes to threes. Parang
Mhm.
they make 7 out of 22 a game, so that's like 30%. And if mga analytics guys out there, that's a good percentage because for every 3-point shot you take, that you get 1 point, which is always a good stat. So yun nga, like FEU game planned uh, against it na, okay, we won't let you shoot threes. Basically, yun yung nangyari to start the game. And less complacency from UE. And I think more FEU planned well and parang hindi nakasagot agad FEU.
A recurring theme in this day is also the zone defense. Both teams and both games were teams not finding ways to adjust to the zone defense, and I didn't it was a precursor, no, itong first game na to is a precursor to the second na deja vu. If you're kind of into basketball, if you like to see the yung mga ano tawag dito, yung the specifics, yung mga mahilig dyan sa basketball plays, it's the zone defense that teams are
Yeah.
having a hard time breaking, or how do we score with the zone defense.
Yep.
And nagsimula yan dito sa first game.
Yep. Actually, like that's why you have to give it to FEU kasi yun nga. Everyone will look sila underdog pero sila yung kumbaga may the agency to try something to change the game immediately. Kasi first quarter pa lang, di ba? Parang anong score? Parang 23-9, ganun?
It was 23-9 nga.
Yeah. So, it's parang the fact pa lang na, and tama ba yung last game ng UE yung 37 points lang sila?
Yes. It was against Adamson.
Adamson.
45-30. Yeah, basta sama ng
Yeah, so
45-37. Tama nga.
37. So imagine yung last 5 quarters ng UE plus 9. So
46.
that's like 46. Wala pa silang 10 points per quarter. Sobrang baba. So, if kung UE ka, parang you have to look at yourself na parang, okay, medyo baka na-figure out na ng teams how we play. And
Hence
parang
the
yun, like,
complacency. Nandun yung
yeah,
complacency na parang,
yes.
ito yung gumagana sa atin. Pilitin pa rin natin.
Yeah. And parang, if I can, like, parang, I just want to give one specific action na ginagawa ng parang they were running this parang horns action.
Okay.
It's usually si Momoway and si Fikes. Diba? Then usually they use si Fikes and then Momo will roll to the basket. The problem is, if you figured it out, they were just switching. So yung initial action doesn't matter. And si Mo Konate was the big factor and set the tone in this game. Kasi every time Precious Momo would roll to the paint, he's just there. Hindi siya lumalabas. He doesn't follow. He lets the 4 and the whoever perimeter player guarding the horns action do their thing. So yun, after that action breaks on, wala. Parang either force drive na when Mo is just waiting in the paint. He got 2 blocks in the first quarter alone. Tapos, force 3-pointers. I think UE was 1 out of 5 in the first quarter. Hindi siya masama, pero in hindsight, you look, wala sila. They only scored 3 baskets in the first quarter. Parang dun pa lang na-set yung pace ng game. And hirap makarecover pag ganun yung start mo. Which is,
Exactly.
again, theme siya in this day of UAP games.
Mhm. Yeah, and napansin ko rin dito, no, Jude, na Mo Konate, despite only scoring 3 points, no, he had 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks. He was really key in the defense that that FEU was trying to do. Also, si Cholo Nueva, diba, I think he was gone for most of the first round, if not all.
Oh, yeah.
So let's not forget na adding a 6'5" guy, 6'6" wing in Cholo Nuevo definitely adds another layer to FEU now, which makes you think, what if we had Cholo Nuevo in first round, diba? What if we had this guy? You'll never know. 'Di ba? Kasi wala siya. I think he's injured. He was injured. Not hindi not akala ko. He was injured.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, watching the game, as in, out of the technical stuff, yun talaga inisip ko daw, like, grabe. Like, if people haven't seen Cholo Nevo play, especially no high school nila,
Galing Cholo Nuevo high school.
he
Tagal
came
natin sinusundan.
in, yeah, the year I was with the men's ng USD, yung bubble, rookie season niya, na-injure rin siya parang not even 6 games in and out na siya. It's parang see him now, sobrang fit niya na and the way he plays talaga. Sila ni, sabi mo, sila ni Konate talaga, like,
Oh.
crucial. I don't think nakascore ba si Cholo?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
he
sure.
had
He is
5 points. He had
5 points.
5 points.
Okay, so like, combined between them, it's 8 points. Pero yung hustle nila, grab. I said, if you watch the game, and ito
Mm.
yung maybe worrying thing for UE fans and the faithful out there. Like, Precious Mo, emotionally, parang super, like, past games, nagkaka-issue na rin yan. Pero
Oo.
I won't get in. Pero parang he doesn't look so, mature out there in these past
Okay.
few games. Not just to his teammates. He gets frustrated with so many things. And Cholo Nuevo and Moko Nate really
Very
gave him a
composed.
hard time.
Yeah, they're just like
They gave
alam
him a
nilang
hard time this game. Sobra. Like si Cholo, hindi niya makuha na ng rebound si Momoy, but he was there every time trying to get the ball from him. And
mm,
that takes so much energy. Parang sanay ka, rebound, you take it, okay ka na. But then if you have to do a third jump, because this guy's annoying you the whole game, like, that takes so much out of you. So baka part rin yun bakit hirap na hirap UE with their offense, di ba?
oh, despite Maui 18 points and 21 rebounds sometimes ano yun eh.
Yeah,
Just the product of the minutes as well. A
yeah,
talented player pero let's not forget that he had ano tawag dito that sometimes the emotion spills onto the court and it affects his play sometimes, 'di ba?
yeah,
Which makes him take questionable shots.
yeah,
Questionable shot selection sa parang tinira yun or bakit niya pinilit yun may dalawang defenders na
yeah.
nakaabang sa paint. So that's been in a way na losing Ray Remogat, not having that kind of star player na unlike last
So,
year na parang Momoy feels so a natural fit. And I think that's
mhm.
where we forget the discount the fact na he has a very talented point guard or an MVP favorite in Remogat manning the
Yes.
point. Who was number one in assists last what do you call this last season.
The season, yep,
Anyway, for this game, no, shout out to VJ Pre. I think we cannot end this topic without not talking about
oh
VJ
yeah,
Pre. That's a future MVP candidate in my eyes. As soon as next year, would you say, Jude? Are you by next year ka ba or mga third year for VJ Pre? I agree on ano dun sa sa press conference ni Coach Sean Chambers
Coach
saying
Sean,
that this
yeah,
is the future or rather he is the now. Kasi sa
yeah,
kanya the what sheet, he takes the most shots for
yep,
FEU. He's the guy taking
As-
over.
yep. As in, yun, sabi, actually, ipinad ko rin yung last episode when you talked about this, na parang, actually, agree ako dun sa third year,
VJ Pre
kasi,
fans club kami.
yeah, like,
VJ VPFC.
ano yan, trademark yun na para pag
Oh.
nag-MVP, we were there first.
Nandun na
Pero
kami. May
grabe,
stocks na kami kay VJ Pre.
high school pa lang.
High
But
school pa
yeah,
lang.
grabe. Ano ba? It's not even, di ba, sinabi mo nito last episode na, it's not just even he takes the most shots. Every possession, usually, dumadaan talaga sa kanya yung bola.
Mm.
Like, it's either they look for him on screens or, and even and shout out sa FEU coaching staff, point to, like, yung mga line inbounds nila, baseline and sideline. They get so much from those, kasi in a game, ilang beses ka lang mag-sideline and baseline, pero they really make the most out of it. Parang may isang play that they do na, I think it's usually Joric Bautista inbounding the ball. And then
Mm.
after he inbounds the ball, he'll give VJ Pre a back screen going to the strong side
Oh.
of the ball. Twice
Mm.
nila ginawa yun. The second time they got, like, Momoy was waiting for it, but they still got an end one from it. Di lang na-convert. Pero
Mm.
yeah, agree ako. Maybe not next year because mahirap pa rin. UAP is still a super
Oh,
competitive
exact.
league.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
We don't know if KQ is staying.
tama.
There's so many players. Ano, yun, improving. Next year, maglalaro na ulit si Mason Amos, si Bakalaan, Rebogat's playing next year. So, di mo talaga alam. But yeah, third year for sure, he's gonna be there. Kasi not just points and rebounds. Since yun nga, sabi ko, umiikot talaga sa kanya yung offense. He gets the touches. Feel ko ang di pa na ano in this game is playmaking. Kasi the way he plays, hindi siya yung, let's say, mga Francis Lopez na super
Head down. Put your head
aggressive,
down.
head
Just put
down,
your
di ba?
head down. Babaril, bahala na.
Use your use your athleticism.
Athleticism.
Diba? Siya talaga, like, in the first quarter, I think he made almost all his shots except for one. Pero even that
Mm.
shot, kita mo na sobrang tama yung reads niya. Like, he's just playing within the game and he makes the right decision. So yeah, feel ko yun yung mag-elevate talaga sa kanya. And at least once before he leaves for wherever he's gonna play, he's gonna win the award. For sure,
Agree.
Mythical 5 yan.
Yeah, for sure. Let's now move on. I mean, congratulations first to FEU for making the Final Four unpredictable still, making us stay
Yes,
tuned
sir.
until the final day for sure. Next game is the UP versus NU game. Now, this was a game that nobody expected to happen. It's not in my bingo card, not even this year, or I never thought of it happening. If ever matatalo UP, I always assume, oh, talo lang sila by 2. Talo lang sila by 3. Ganun. Not 20. And
20.
to give you guys a peek at the stats, NU shot 44%, UP shot 26. 3-point percentage ng NU 41%, UP 14%. Free throw percentage ng NU 71%. Jude, you wanna guess ilang percentage yung UP or nakita mo na?
I've seen, I'm not sure the percentage, pero nakita ko sobrang sama. I think it was,
Pero nakita mo yung
they
percent?
had, hindi.
O sige, guess ka before I give it.
For sure below 50.
They're at 37.5%
Wow.
from the free throw line.
Free throws.
They did out rebound NU, but what's the point? If you're only gonna make 9 of 24 from your free throws, you're gonna commit 30 turnovers, which
Wow,
is the main
50.
key thing here. Even in the highlights na, usually sa highlights, diba, you rarely see turnovers in the highlights sa one
Yeah.
sports. Pero sa dami ng turnovers,
Kailangan.
most of the possessions and you scoring is coming off a steal, it's coming off a botched pass. And what a disappointing loss for the UP Fighting Maroons. And we say disappointing not because na it damages your Final Four chances, but because at this point of the season, dapat wala na ganitong mga mistakes na you guys are fighting for the number one spot. You and LaSalle are neck and neck. Tapos
Yep.
yung psyche nyo is like, fuck, down
Mm-hmm.
kami by, tatalo kami by 20 by NU. And again, Jude, first game, they were unable to solve the zone defense. It's
Yep.
something that happened from the first to the fourth quarter. JD played horrible. He had 9 turnovers. Yeah, tama nga ako. He had 9 turnovers.
Yeah.
There's a stat sheet here na there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 players from UP that only made 1 field goal. Tingnan mo itong mga stat line na to. 1 for 9, 1
Yeah.
for 6, 1 for 8, 1
1
for
for
5,
8.
1 for 3. So ikaw, like, what happened for you? What Let's focus on the victors. We gotta give NU their
Mm-hmm.
credit why this happened to UP. What did you love about NU? What did you notice in this game about the masterclass that the NU Bulldogs did to the UP Fighting Maroons?
Yun, like you said it already, like
Mm.
masterclass. Kasi wala,
Mm.
they made a decision, the game plan sila. Hindi ko alam ano downtime nila before this game. If it was a week or more. Pero, ayun, no one would expect them to win. They came up with a
no,
game plan.
no one expected them to for
Nag-stick sila to it.
Oh,
Tapos, throughout the game, di ba? I'm not sure, pero parang di lumamang UP. They got the first basket, and it
yeah.
was never na lumamang.
Never
As
na,
in,
yeah.
yung, if sabihin mo sa akin yan, like any team except LaSalle would go coast to coast against UP, I would not believe you. Kahit yung mga ibang teams pa yan. Pero for NU to do it without their FSA, yun, it's combined effort of the coaching staff pati yung players na, yung game plan nila is, okay, we play zone, hindi siya strict zone, like may man zone sila,
Yeah. It's
may mga
they're
change
switching it up.
up,
Hindi siya
yep,
zone strictly 100% tama. They were switching it
yeah,
up.
yep. Actually, di nga sila nag-start in a zone, eh. Parang nag-man muna sila, yung mga ball screen, jump nila, may point, naka-press sila. I don't know if bumalik sila doon nila sa na, pero yeah, they really made UP uncomfortable from the job. Like, okay, let's admit it, may unforced errors in UP. Like, there's
Mm.
some blame on them. Like, yung mga
Mm.
ibang traveling nila, sobrang simpleng footwork lang na, yun na, like, you, pwede magreklamo na sobrang OA naman ng referees. Pero tama yung calls nila. Like, I think yung commentators mentioned it. That's how it's called in FIBA. And tama sila. And that means our referees are trained well. Yung ganitong games, pwede mo sabihin na nag-focus talaga yung refs. Like, they noticed something siguro when they were reviewing. And yun, they called it consistently kasi NU rin, ang daming traveling, di ba? Pero yun,
Mm.
for the most part, NU game plan, they challenge UP. Okay, we will not let you score inside.
Mm.
Take it from outside. They closed out hard. That's another element to it na UP still got open looks, pero pagka-close out ng NU, of course, ano turo? Close out, attack the close out. They got their travelings from that. They couldn't make shots from that kasi ang bilis ng help side ng NU. They were forced into bad passes. Like, sana may stat kung ilan yung tip passes ng NU
Oh,
this
wala
game
tayo
kasi
gano'n, sayang. NBA stats na yung
grabe.
advanced, yung
So,
advanced
yo,
analytics. Gusto
grabe.
namin doon.
Like, ang daming steals galing sa ganun. Yung kala nila JV. Yung
Deflections.
usual nila,
Mm.
open na. Pero pagka pasa nila, biglang may extra
May
defender.
da-
And that helps with how Coach Jeff built the team. Ang hahaba nila. Yung perimeter nila. Their bigs aren't the tallest, pero they're bulky. QMB had a really hard time this game.
Oo,
Like,
hirap na
I
hirap.
don't know,
Ngayon ko lang nakita si QMB na
yeah.
parang ano nangyari dito? Di mo isiping Div 1 player siya ng
Oh,
NCAA. In this game at least. In just
yeah,
this game.
just in this game, yeah. Like, frustrated siya, like, nakakasili siya, but every time they go for the pass, di niya makuha yung bola. It's just like, he's getting bodied by
Mm.
si Palacielo, si yung isa, the big ng,
Kirk Persiano.
yun, Persiano, and even like, who's the guy who came off the bench, si number 8
There's,
ng NU. Um,
si Tulabut.
yun, si Tulabot. Like,
Oo, si
they really
Tulabut.
gave him a hard time inside. And yeah, si Padrones din, di ba? No? Foul trouble nga lang sila. Kasi, yun. I mean, if you see teams in foul trouble, just shows you what type of game they're playing. They were physical the whole way. On offense, inatake rin nila. So, yun yung game plan. Sobrang simple. Minention mo yung stats kanina. NU took what UP gave them. They drove. They took the open threes. Di nila pinilit. They made them. Free throws, parang 12 out of 14 NU. Nung second half, wala na ata silang kahit isang free throw. But they made most of their free throws. So they took what UP gave them. They made those shots. And then on the opposite end, they chose, okay, ito bibigay namin sila UP. Ano gagawin nyo? And UP couldn't convert. That's how the game ended. They got so many offensive rebounds, but it didn't matter in the end kasi wala. Yun ang weakness ng zone, but if
Late,
you
too late.
really...
Too late.
Too late, di ba?
Oh,
So yeah, parang if you ask me what happened, wala.
that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yep. Coach Jeff chose a game plan. They stuck to it the whole game. Walang sagot UP the whole time.
Makes you think rin, no, na NU could have been a Final Four contender had they, I thought si Modia Sana, had they had him.
Mm-hmm.
Losing him to a season-ending injury in the first game. Ito yung
Yeah.
mga what-ifs, no? And what if NU won those games against the other teams na wherein I think marami silang mga games, natalo na sila by 3, talo
Yeah.
na sila by 4. Again, just how the beauty of the UAAP. Same with the NCAA, to be honest. Lahat laban sa NC eh. From the top to the last. Wala kang sure win sa NC.
Yep.
Magugulat ka na, talo Beda sa Arellano. Magugulat ka na, Arellano beats CSB. It's the same thing. Well, in the UAP kasi 8 schools lang eh. Tapos in a way, medyo malaki yung hierarchy ng power sa UAP. But I'm just saying na nagko-compete talaga and the systems of the UAP is something else. Shout out to Patrick Yu as well. 5 3-pointers. Si Engineer Pat.
Grabe.
Ganda ng laro. He was
parang 3 in the third ba?
Naposes.
So, ang dami nung second half. Grabe.
Oo. si Engineer Pat. Tapos, Jake Figueroa, we know what he's gonna do. He keeps attacking the bigs of UP,
Mm-hmm.
attacking anyone in the lane. And overall, this was the A plus game of NU. While for UP, like some people will say this is not a cause for concern, but it is a cause for concern just because of the mentality, how they approach this game, just because of how things happen. They need to fix this before they go up against LaSalle again, or maybe even the Final Four. But knowing how talented this team is and knowing how great their coaching staffs are,
Mm-hmm.
Jude, feel ko they'll be back on track. Kasi if not, it's gonna be an ugly ending once again for this UP Fighting Maroons team.
Yep. Yep. I mean, ang dami nagsasabi na, oh, no bearing,
Oh,
support
no
them
bearings. Secure
up
number number.
to, pero you ask anyone who really is into the game, yung, especially the ex-players, those who coach, sobrang laking bagay talaga nung, yun, momentum, and yun nga, psyche, like, you don't want to have an F game right before the Final Four, kasi it's gonna be there, and even if mentally strong kayo, your opponents are gonna see that game and makikita nila yung weakness nyo. We can blame the
Mm.
traveling calls, pero ilan lang maybe 10. But they had
Oh,
30 turnovers. So,
may
hindi lang
20
ito
dyan
yung
na.
traveling calls, di ba?
Oh,
And that's not a good sign for a team whose ultimate goal is like championship or bust tong team na to di ba?
tama.
So, yun. You don't want to have these types of games.
Agree. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is the recap of the Sun upset day nung Sun yesterday rather
Mhm.
when these games happened. Jude, I'm gonna put your Instagram here para makita nila where to follow you if
Sure.
people want to follow Jude. Good friend of mine. We have I'm gonna invite him for future episodes as well. Siguro after ng Wednesday games sa Thursday siguro ulit. And Jude, where else can people catch you? Or okay ka na sa Instagram?
Yeah, just Instagram, Jude SP 1510. Shout out to Vince Carter.
Ah,
Yun yung
pala.
15 sa ano. They finally retired his jersey in Toronto. So
Nilagay
in
nila yung mukha
NBA
niya eh,
here.
no? Angas.
Yeah, first parang okay, bago yun. So that's cool. So yeah, yun lang naman. I'm not coaching anymore this season. I took a break because I'm planning to
May
leave
ibang
for the
ventures
States.
eh. May ibang ventures
Uh,
eh.
Planning to study next year in the
Oh.
States. So settle things muna here before I leave. So yeah. So far yun lang. Ang shoutout ko lang is to tune into the women's games ng UAP guys.
Yan.
Like it's super
Women's
competitive.
games.
The UP NU game yesterday went down to the wire again and
Napanood
it's
ko yun.
warming up.
Sabi ko, what the fuck?
Oh, grabe.
Nakamilk na rin lang sila eh. As
Wild,
always.
wild man.
As
Like
always,
is it
CC.
12 points, 14 points in the
Oh.
fourth quarter? Grabe.
Sumabog lang
Like
talaga eh. Comeback talaga
I
eh. Comeback yun. Di ba?
yep.
Come from behind rin yun eh.
I think buong game sila almost the
Down
whole game
yan.
lamang UP,
Mm.
yeah. And yeah, shout out kay Camille kay like she's been a lot tired this season after yung finals, disappointment in the finals last year. He's on one. So expect the final four to be exciting. Ito, medyo close pa yung standings eh. Like NU, UST, they're up there, but the last two final four spots medyo tight din. So yeah. And also abangan nyo na guys in January the WNP Bell they're
Yan.
really putting wheels on this thing. Tapos exciting. Hopefully everything goes as planned. Yun. Women's basketball.
Yeah, guys, supporting women's basketball, UAP, WMPBL in January. So, again, for those on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. For those on Spotify, follow, 5-star rating. This is Nico with Jude. See you guys next time. Peace.